Alright guys, welcome to another cast of the ESOC 2 Towns tournament for the Grand Tour Season 3, and for whatever reason there seems to be an issue with spectator camera speed, which is a bit unfortunate when I'm going to cast. So we've got Ungurs spawning as the British player in the blue trunks. In the red trunks we've got Meloncola as the Swedes, who's a little bit slow on his control of the covered wagon. So Ungurs is probably going to be able to fit in a villager out of his before Meloncola can out of his. So that's not so great starting out for Meloncola. But he is going to get a really early torp, and I like this spot here. He's going to be able to gather a little bit of everything. I think he might even be able to get one of those bison under it if he can get the villagers to make it go this way. So Ungurs starting out, already gone for a couple of manors, which is nice for British because they do give you a settler for free. They are a bit more expensive than a regular house, but British is often best off either going for a market and a manor immediately, or double manor, where some of the other civs might just want to go for one house and just worry about going straight for H2, adding the second house a little bit later. So I was much faster with throwing up his town centre. Melanchola's is going up now, but Ungurs is already about a villager and a half ahead of him, out of production from the second town centre. So Ungurs is a little bit ahead already, thanks to that. Meloncola already going for a second torp here, and he's already chopping, so he's either going to go for a third or go for a market this early on. I suppose it is feeding on off that bison. He probably wants to try and rally these guys towards the torp or these deer, the pronghorn. These players getting some valuable treasures here on the left here. So 85 wood, that's pretty significant. 80 food, still pretty significant, but at the same time you do gather food quicker than you gather wood or gold, I believe, at least before ecotechs. So it does mean that at even or mostly even values, wood treasures followed by gold ones tend to be worth a fair bit more than food ones for the same value. But even still, 80 food's nothing to scoff at, considering it does mean you're going to be able to get a slightly quicker age up potentially. But I mean, the wood's nice, considering both these civs do have mechanics where they are incentivized to get extra early houses. The torps are going to gather, the manors are going to grant an extra villager when built. So these players going to look at aging up from here? No. Oh, that's right, being 2 towns, they are probably going to delay an extra villa or two. Extra vill cycle or two, sorry. So they're going to be a few villages ahead of what they'd be in a regular game. So I'm going to mark it here, Meloncola. And he's sending an upgrade for blueberries, so this means he'll be able to gather more and faster food out of these buildings. As you can see, it's his generation rate there. Nothing to really scoff at, because they will pay themselves off in due time. And I mean, being houses, obviously, you're going to have them anyway. So market finishing up for Ungurs. Meloncola doesn't seem to have gotten anything out of his market just yet. Both players taking their commerce age tech. So Ungurs is about a vill ahead in the train speed. Settler train time. Nah, it doesn't bloody tell ya. Well, that's bloody helpful, isn't it? So mana's going out for Ungurs. The quicker both these guys can throw down these buildings, the better, considering the food gen rate. Also, the blueberries do actually refresh and spawn at the existing torps, but it looks like it doesn't actually improve the gathering of existing built ones. Well, look, 0.5 food a sec versus 0.92. So this one's actually going to run out of food before these, because it's gathering at almost twice the speed. So barracks for Ungurs. Commissage coming in for Meloncola. Barracks. Oh, sorry, barracks for Ungurs. Yeah, commerce for Meloncola. Barracks for Meloncola. He's going to get an outpost too. But Ungurs is going to double barracks and actually outpost the town centre. To Ungurs. Going muskets to start with. Meloncola. Getting gang saw now. I haven't really done a great job of keeping track of the eco text, but it's been hard because I think I'm actually a patch behind with this recording casting, so I don't actually get to see what eco text they've got available and what they've got researched as a general rule there. Melancola's town centre here, under a bit of threat by Ungurs, who's already set up. Maybe Meloncola was best off putting his barracks and outpost a bit more aggressively here. So he's got crossbowmen, which are cost effective against the muskets, but he's going to add some Carolians, which are basically a musket. So Meloncola is going to have to look at pushing before Ungurs is able to take down this town centre, because it will be a huge blow otherwise. So Ungurs in the meantime just getting some treasures. But oh, this could be a good catch here for Meloncola. Bit of nice XP. Boris Johnson is under attack. So the Prime Minister has fallen. The XP going Meloncola's way, but Ungurs is really ahead in terms of XP. He must have macroed a little bit more smoothly behind this. He's definitely fielded a lot more units. Like, we're up to 20 muskets over 5 crossbowmen and I think 3 Carolians. Oh no, they're Fusiliers, so these guys must have been sent by a card, because there's no tavern or whatever they're called. But ooh, Meloncola's just dropped that for free here, so he really needs to get a few kills out of these Fusiliers without losing them. He does manage to kill a Vil, but does not want to lose these guys, and he is going to need to try and get some value, keep denying those hunts, and try and get one of these manors and come back and join the fight, because Ungurs is looking at pushing with about 30 muskets here, and this little force here for Meloncola is just, I don't know if it's going to be enough, even with the outpost advantage, because Ungurs is pushing. I don't know if Meloncola has managed to squeeze in just enough military behind this. In the meanwhile, the Fusiliers have been brought back in a bit of a panic, and I think they're going to get here too late. One of them's going to fall to the outpost, which is not great, whereas they probably, once they're already over here, they probably could have just been best off maybe denying more gathering, maybe killed another settler. But there simply probably isn't enough to defend at this point for Meloncola, because Ungurs has now switched back to longbowmen, having seen that his opponent has 2 barracks, is committed to that, hasn't decided to send any cav cards yet. So Ungurs sending gold behind this. It's going to be able to really field whatever he likes, or even go to his Fortress Age behind this. Ooh, and the Explorer for Meloncola is not taking part of the fight either, which, even though they are quite XP expensive to lose, they're just a really versatile tank that can heal up and provide a little bit of covering damage. They're not quite as good as a unit in the fight, but they can be over time about the value of 2.5 units, given the health pool, but it looks like Ungurs has broken Meloncola here because there's only 6 units in production here, and Ungurs has got an army of about 30 here at the moment. He's not being raided anywhere on the map. He's very secure. Meloncola, that explorer, is still idle, and now there's probably not enough on the field for him to come in and be useful and save the day. So I think Meloncola has been overwhelmed here. Ungurs with great macro, even getting his Fortress agent behind this, while Meloncola hasn't got Fortress on the way, but he does have some quick cannon, well, some leather cannon, say quick cannons. But I don't know if it's going to be enough unless he can bring back all this army without losing any and play this really, really well. He's going to get a couple of good kills there with the leather cannon, but I think it's too little too late, and he decides to tap out. So Meloncola is out of the tournament, and Ungurs goes through to the round of 8.